It was a pretty dead week for sneakers here in the UK. The only really notable release were the Air Max 97 Golden Bullets. And these are still sitting and still available pretty much everywhere. There were some SBs that I missed out on, the black and white gum. It kind of sums up January to a certain extent. It's been a pretty boring, pretty quiet, pretty dry month, but things are all set to heat up next month. This is the weekly sneaker roundup with me, Jordan Young, aka Sneakernomics. If you guys like being kept up to date with all of the latest sneaker news, and you also like sneaker reviews, commentary and comedy, feel free to drop me a subscribe on here, and also feel free to follow my other social channels as well. And if at any point you find yourselves liking this video, feel free to hit that like button, I would appreciate it. Let's start off this week with some sneaker rumors. Who doesn't like a rumor? The Air Jordan 11 Neapolitan release is set to come out this holiday season, and this is going to be a women's release in a pink colorway. Mock-ups feature a pink patent leather, a cloudy, creamy, vanilla-y type of outsole, and it's got a few people wondering whether or not this whole pink and mocha thing is being played out now that it's featuring on a Jordan 11. I'm kind of on the fence with it. I feel like the mochas and the pinks do work well, but the Jordan 11 is such a hallowed sneaker that I feel like they could exist quite comfortably without getting the obligatory 2023 tonal, mocha, pinky, or wood type treatment. What do you guys think? Another interesting rumor that we saw this week is the return of the Air Jordan 3 Fear from the 2013 Fear Pack. I know a lot of you would probably have gotten really excited if it were the Fear 4s that were set to retro, but according to the rumors, it is the 3s. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about the return of the Fear 3s, but I feel like they should have just left this alone. I don't think anybody was calling for the Fear 3s to come back. You can actually still find used pairs of the Fear 3s for really reasonable money on the aftermarket, and so it seems a bit pointless to bring it back. What do you guys think? We had some updated information regarding the very anticipated DMP 11 set to release this holiday season, where we are going to see the upper material feature leather rather than mesh. I think leather can work well on the upper of a Jordan 11. We saw this famously with the 72 and 10 model, which I think it works well on. And I think depending on the type of leather they use, this could really be a hit. I kind of like the fact that they have deviated a little bit from the original DMP. It means that the OG will retain some specialness, whilst this new iteration will kind of stand alone. I think it's a cool move, and I'm looking forward to this release. It's a definite must cop for me. In terms of sneaker news, the headlines were dominated this week by Nike deciding to sue Bathing Ape over copying its very famous designs. A lot of people have been wondering why it has taken Nike so long to do this, and if you guys wanted to check out a video that I made on this topic a couple of days ago, I will link it in the description and put it up here in a card. And if I misplace the card, as I am likely to do, it will crop up at some point during the video where you can go and check that out. In a nutshell, the reason why Nike are choosing to do this now is because Bathing Ape brought back the original Bapester, which borrows heavily from the Air Force One in 2021. They also brought out the Skatester and the Quartz, which look a lot like the Nike Dunk Low, the Jordan 1 Low. And whilst bringing out these other copies, they've also significantly increased their physical presence in the USA, meaning they are encroaching in on Nike sales where they weren't doing that before. And because they're competing more with Air Force One buyers and doing collabs that could, in Nike's opinion, be misconstrued for Nike products, that has brought about the smoke from Nike. I will be keeping you guys updated with the developments. So Nike have teamed up with the Christopher Wallace Memorial Foundation to produce 23 pairs of the Air Jordan 13 to commemorate what would have been Christopher Wallace, aka the Notorious B.I.G.'s 45th birthday. Really cool looking shoe, heaps of really cool intricate details paying homage to the late great MC, and all of the proceeds will be going to the foundation to benefit charity, and they're going to be auctioned off on the Sotheby's website. Really cool cause for one of hip hop's best ever. What do you guys think? Are you guys going to be placing a sneaky bid? Also learned this week that the holiday season is going to provide us with another pretty big Air Jordan 1 High release, this time the bread colorway in the Saturn version. You guys might remember this pair and the blue pair were going off for crazy money a few years ago when we were in the midst of Jordan 1 hype and hysteria. And this retro release is going to tank the prices of of those pairs, which were limited at around 501 pairs. I don't think they're going to resell for a crazy amount of money because we are pretty much at this stage well over the Jordan 1 hype. But yeah, what do you guys think about this release? I kind of feel like it's a little bit too little, a little bit too late. So I want to talk about some first looks. Air Force One Low Tiffany 1837, which is a reference, I think, to the founding of Tiffany & Co. I like how with these initial early pictures, we can already see the pretty crap quality control. I mean, look at this glue stain, which is joining the midsole to the upper. I mean, that is looking pretty crap. Don't you think? I think that's crap, man. Like, imagine the first look you get of a potentially really hype and expensive reselling sneaker, and you've got this massive glue stain running down the join there. I guess it's par for the course, to be fair. Drilling into the details, the sneakers feature a nice looking, they've got this sort of smoky black nubuck build. They've got the pretty nice looking swoosh with a Tiffany blue tumbled leather, smoky sole unit, and then they've got some nice little details as well, including a debossed tongue tag, chrome heel plating, and then you've got these satin woven laces, of which you have multiple colors to choose from. So it's a clean, simple, basic Air Force One, complete with the crap QC. What are your thoughts on this? We also got some first look action at the LeBron 20 Low, set to release this upcoming All-Star weekend. This model does look really nice. It's very clean, but it obviously is borrowing very heavily from a pretty obvious personality, Travis Scott. I don't know whether taking the reverse swoosh and putting it on the LeBron 20 is an attempt from the King to maybe reinstate some cool around his signature shoe. It smacks of a little bit of desperation, but I cannot front. It does look good. It doesn't look out of place, and the shoes are pretty cool. I think these are the best LeBrons in some time. What do you guys think? So let's check out some official images of the Tom Sachs GPS in the field brown. Now these actually come out this upcoming week on February the 4th, so make sure you are hip to your sneakers app and checking out some of the other places where you can pick these up. If you wanted to check out my own review, the Tom Sachs GPS, you can have a look. I really rate this shoe. I think they're well made, they're really nice to wear, and they're really durable. And this is like low key, in my opinion, like one of the best colorways to come out. So I would be trying to cop these if I was me. Some detailed looks now at the Air Jordan 3 Lucky Green. I've got to say, these are looking nice. The leather quality material looks really good. Something about the green and the sailed out midsole works, in my opinion, with these. I would have loved it if it had the Nike Air on the back, but I'm not mad at the Jumpman in the silver. They look really good on feet. Now, if you already have the white cement 3s, or you're gonna be going for the reimagined 3s, I don't think these are a must-have in the collection, because they look so similar to the white cement given the predominantly white upper. It's really just that little hit of green on the TPU eyelets and the midsole that separates them, as well as the somewhat aged midsole. But me being a big fan of Jordan 3s, I am in the market for these. What do you guys think? We also got some really nice detailed images of the New Balance 991 collaboration with Jown, and Jown's just doesn't miss. I mean, he does effectively do the design equivalent of a layup. It's very difficult to miss when you take so few risks, and this color blocking is really nice. It's more of the classic Jown color blocking we've come to expect. The materials look really nice on this pair. I like these. I'm not gonna be mad if I don't get them, but I wouldn't mind getting a pair of Jowned New Balances, because at this point I don't have any. Let's check out some on-foot looks, and we have the Air Jordan 5 Craft. It's got a nice soft suede looking upper in a tonal light or wood brown hue. Got these like zigzagging laces, which I'm not crazy about. It's also got the translucent outsole. It's prone to yellowing over time. So there are aspects of this shoe that I like. There are two things that put me off. One is the laces, one is the translucent outsole. Otherwise, it's a pretty clean sneaker, but definitely one that I'll be passing on. Got some on-foots of the SpiderMans. I'm still not overly sold on these, although I'm less mad at these. I think it's maybe because we recently had the Lost and Found Chicago ones, which is all the Chicago we need. We don't need these little subtle riffs, although I might come also from the bias of not being a Spider-Man fan, but they do look pretty cool on foot. If you're a Spider-Man fan, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer cop in general, because these will definitely resell or have trade values. So we got both some in-hand video looks as well as the official images of the upcoming Seafoam 4s. And this is basically just a Seafoam riff on the OG Fire Red 4 colorway. Clean, simple, definitely a must cop for me. What are you guys thinking about these? Okay, so in terms of sneaker releases this week, let's start here in the UK and just having a quick look on the Nike sneakers app. There are some Air Force Ones called the Premium Goods, the Sophia, coming out. These should be easy to cop. And then on Friday, you have the Jordan 2 in the Lucky Green colorway. Nice looking shoe, to be fair, 170 pounds. Tempting, but I'll be passing, and I think these should be pretty easy to cop. Now you might also want to keep an eye on the Adidas Confirmed app, as well as some of the other major retailers for the release of the Bad Bunny Campus Low. As for the USA, you guys have the Jordan 2 Low Responsibility coming out on the 28th. Should be an easy cop. January the 30th, the Bricks & Wood New Balance 9060. The Bricks & Wood have already released this pair, but they're going to be available on the New Balance website on the 30th. You guys also have the Lucky Green Jordan 2s on Feb the 3rd. February the 4th, the Jordan 5 Aqua, and then also on the 4th, the Tom Sachs GPS that I mentioned earlier. And you've also got the Union 1 Low in both the canvas and in the leather coming out on February the 4th as well. And so it's a pretty light way to finish off the month. I can't believe we've already steamrolled through January, but February is going to be pretty big with some pretty hot releases, and then moving out of the winter into the spring, it's definitely going to start heating up pretty quickly. Thank you guys very much for taking the time to watch the video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Feel free to drop a like before you bounce, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. Take care for now, and peace.